Hi, it's Brian here in Redding, California. People have been asking us, what are you doing? You probably heard the news. We got kicked out of Asia because of COVID. We didn't have the correct long-term visas to be able to stay there. And so we've been in the States working on discipleship books and doing meetings through Zoom and doing things on the computer. And we're anxious to get back to Asia. Most of our work has been going on now is in Mozambique. Mozambique has just been going through a very difficult time. We've been doing a lot of relief work. Just to give you an idea, I'll just read a short clip from a BBC article. These articles all over the internet, you can see this horrible situation in Mozambique. But the BBC wrote, some people rub their stomachs and talk of their hunger. Others describe burnt villages, abducted relatives, and the agonies of long treks through the bush to reach safety. But it's the beheadings that most haunt Palma, a besieged town in northern Mozambique. It is a place cut off from the outside world by roving gangs of machete-wielding Islamic fighters, and is now symptomatic of a wider security and humanitarian crisis that has engulfed a remote region the size of Scotland. More than 500,000 people in the region have been driven from their homes in the past 12 months. And most of them have fled to the town of Pimba, where we used to direct a Bible school, but the first 2 years we were in Mozambique. But after that we moved south. Now further south is the province of Nampula. About 50 to 100,000 of the refugees have fled to there, but they're not getting as much help from organizations because it's a smaller group, not as big as the one in Pimba. The one in Pimba is hundreds of thousands. And so people have arrived there with absolutely nothing. They maybe had to sell everything they had just to get enough transportation to get the 5 hours south to Nampula. They arrive there, they have no food, they have nothing to cook with. We started giving out food. We gave out rice, beans, oil, and salt, but then quickly found out they were waiting hours and hours to use a pan because there weren't enough pans because they didn't have any. So we bought them all a pan, all the groups that we're working with, and we bought them some plates and some different cooking utensils to be able to help them. We also bought them buckets. There is water. There's pumps that are available from wells, but they have to carry it quite a ways, so we got them buckets to be able to carry the water. We've also been able to, they've requested hose. The government's giving them land and seed, but they have no way to dig in order to plant, so we've been buying hose, and they've been digging and planting. We're praying there's no more cyclones and they'll be able to plant their own food in the land that the government is giving them in Nampula. Pastor Don Wicke, amazing man of God, did a great job distributing food. He took out his truck. He was just driving back and forth all the time. He sent us pictures when he had a flat tire. All his tires were bald. They were basically threads, metal threads showing through all of them. We bought him 6 new tires for his truck, and then we were able to repair it. There were a few things that needed to be done so we could just keep doing distributions. Unfortunately, a few people have read that he did have a stroke. He seemed to recover quite a bit after the stroke, but then he did pass away shortly after that. Wonderful man of God, did a great job. His son will be taking over the distribution. And we've got another missionary down there who just got back, who's going to be working with them, overseeing it, and have been keeping everything running smooth. So we are excited to be able to help them in that way, and thank you so much for all of you who have generously donated towards that. We also started our seminars again. We've been doing a few under trees, outside of buildings, because there's been so many restrictions because of COVID in Mozambique. But now we have a whole schedule for the next 6 months. I had lots of time to write. I wrote another discipleship book on grace and joy and identity and who people are in Christ and their promises, which are always important during times of difficulty. That's the new seminar book. They'll be going out and doing seminars. Hopefully more will open up. Right now out in the bush, there's not many restrictions. A lot of people, big groups we've been having under trees. In the city, we have to do 12 to 24 under a tree because of the restrictions. We've had church members who have met in buildings who have been arrested, fined, beaten, because they're not allowed to meet in buildings anymore. And so they basically have been meeting under trees, which that didn't get away with. So that's where our seminars are taking place. Our seminar teachers are excited about the new book. They had an annual meeting and distributed it out and showed everybody, made a calendar of where they'd go. And so we're excited about that. Asia, we want to get back. We've been checking every week. I check see what's opened up, and so it looks promising. Looks like Thailand might be opened up for us. Hopefully, in the next couple months, we'll be able to get back. Right now, it's a little tight. We'd have to do a 14-day quarantine in a government hotel, but we hope to be doing that. We are just waiting for one more neighboring country to open. Generally, what we do, because we don't have long-term visas, is we fly into one country. We can be there 2 to 4 months on temporary visas, and then fly out of the country for a very inexpensive price, usually under $69. Fly back in and just renew the visas, sometimes staying in one country for a few weeks and then going right back. So we're hoping that a second country opens up and we'll get back to Asia. We've been doing Zoom meetings and different things there, but it's just not the same as being there. So anyway, that's what's going on with us. Thank you so much for your support and your prayers, and we just want to say blessings to you guys, and hope you survive this crazy time and keep looking at Jesus, because he's still on the throne.